Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. I am a creative consultant. I am the owner of Unlock Meraki, which specializes in event planning, programming, and anything creative. That means if you have an idea and you want to build that idea out, you would come to moi. So, one of the things that I wanted to discuss today was finding your zone of genius and how you can use that when you are a product-based entrepreneur. So if you have a product and you're an entrepreneur, you're probably trying to figure out how to maneuver your way through this entrepreneurial system that we have right now. Most people start off with selling items. I started off with selling t-shirts, sweatshirts, and anything else you can think of. The problem with that was that the pandemic happened. Not a lot of people were buying things, so I had to shift gears and see how I could be of service to people. So in order for me to do that, I had to figure out what my zone of genius is. Now, your zone of genius is composed of 3 circles. So you'd have your zone of genius in this circle, you'd have your skills in this one, your talents, and your strengths. So in order for me to find my zone of genius, I had to map out what those things were. So for example, a talent that I have is I can adapt really quickly, if you would say that's a talent. Another talent I have is that I'm very creative. I can pick up on things very quickly. If you say that you want to build a business and you want to, I don't know, you want to sell something that is wellness based, I'd say, oh, well, why don't you think of a journal? Why don't you think of waist beads and connect that into coaching? Another thing is your skills. So one of my skills is that I'm a good communicator. I learn pretty quickly and I'm good at connecting people. Then my strengths is, one I would say is I'm pretty much on time. I wasn't on time today, but that's another thing. Another strength that I have is that I am very friendly. And I think that you need that in order to go far when you're an entrepreneur. So these are the things that you would build out: your talents, your strengths, and your skills. So you put all those together and you figure out how can you be of service to people. So that meant that I'm very creative. What can I do that people are per se lacking in? And I was able to start my consulting business. So someone would come to me and say, hey, I want to build out a program for entrepreneurs. I don't really know where to start. I would say, okay, well, what are some things that you would like to connect together? Do you want to connect music and entrepreneurship together? And then we would find a way to build out a program like that. So I'll take an example of someone that I've been working with. They are doing waist beads and people come to them and they like to talk to them about things that's going on in their lives. But they want to move towards adding a service because sometimes products, as you know, can move a little bit slow. So what they would do is they would start coaching people. So you coach people, you get a subscription going, you get waist beads. That is how you would find your zone of genius. So again, your zone of genius, your skills, your talents, and your strengths. Okay, so another example of trying to find your zone of genius, you are a photographer or a videographer. If you're starting out and you don't have many clients, what you could do is you could offer sessions. You could teach people how to edit their work. You could teach people how to find locations to scout out. So another thing that you could do is teach people how to pose. You could teach people what are their best angles. So these are how you would find your zone of genius. Again, just so you guys don't forget, your zone of genius, one big circle, your skills, your talents, and your strengths. It doesn't matter how many skills or talents that you have, each one could form into a service. And I'm not saying that you can't have a product-based business. I'm saying that sometimes it can be a little bit hard. So in order for you to stick with being an entrepreneur, because it is difficult at times, waiting for orders to come in can get a little bit difficult and it could be a little stressful. Try to pair any of your products that you have with a service, and I think that you will be okay. Again, my name is Tiffany. I am a creative consultant. I'm the owner of Unlock Meraki. You can find me at Tiffany on Instagram. That's at TYPHNAE. And my website is www.unlockmeraki.com. That's UNLOX MERAKI.com. And Meraki means soul, creativity, and love. And those are the three things that I use in my consulting business to make sure that everything is aligned.